So Senate Republicans have yet again killed another measure that would have limited Trump's war powers and brought this war with Iran to an end. So this is on Republicans. They are in the driver's seat right now. Don't get it. Don't forget that. But I can't help but mention that Democrats also love this shit, and this is such a giant win for like the mainstream liberal Democrats because they want war with Iran. Many of them are massive Zionists. They are bought and paid for by AIPAC. They wanted this so freaking bad. You could tell by their rhetoric. You could tell by how they're fighting back. You can tell how they were acting when we could tell that we were building up a massive force to strike Iran. You can tell. You can tell. And it's just, so they get to get the war that they want while also posturing against it because they know it's unpopular and people hate it. So they can pretend that they are against it because they know Republicans are just going to keep digging themselves an even bigger hole and vote for it anyways. So it's a win-win for mainstream Democrats, and it is a lose-lose for the people of the Middle East, the people of Iran, and even people around the world, even us in the imperial core, because prices are going to go up for everything, and our country is going to go into more and more financial crisis. Anyways, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into this article. I just can't make it more clear that war is uniparty and American imperialism is uniparty. But again, I can't make it more clear that Republicans are the ones in the driver's seat right now. And if it were Kamala Harris in power, I do not think this war would have happened because Democrats have at least a little bit of situational awareness, and they know like how to read the room, and they know it would be a political disaster. Anyways, from The Guardian, Senate votes down measure aiming to limit Trump's war powers by 53 to 47 vote. Senate Republicans on Wednesday blocked a House measure that aimed to rein in Donald Trump's power to wage war against Iran without congressional authorization. The 53 to 47 vote against taking up the measure fell almost completely along party lines, with no movement from earlier this month when Republicans blocked Democrats' bid to limit Trump's war-making power in the days after the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes, known as Operation Epic Fury, began across Iran. We do not know Donald Trump's goals. We do not know Donald Trump's timeline. We do not know what victory even looks like in his eyes, Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, said before the vote, urging Republicans to support the effort to force a debate on the war. Enough is enough. You see how like kind of feckless this is. I mean, it is Chuck Schumer, but he just won't come out and say like, this is an illegal and offensive war by any measure. Iran wasn't going to attack us. They are no threat to us. But he doesn't really believe that because he's a massive Zionist and he is massively lobbied by AIPAC. The Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, who has led several war powers efforts, was the only Republican to vote in support of the measure, while the Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, who has emerged as a staunch supporter of Israel, was the only Democrat to break with his party and vote against the resolution. Like, John Fetterman's such an idiot, man. Like, all the other Democrats are probably like, dude, it doesn't matter what you vote right now because it's not going to pass. Like, you can at least save a little bit of face. But John Fetterman is so like, he's almost like kind of like principled in a way, not a principled Democrat, but just like kind of principled in his beliefs because he's so fucking shameless about this shit. You know what I mean? God, he's such a disgusting, like absolutely disgusting human being. If there's anything that is plain in the Constitution, it is that a president does not have the power to unilaterally bring a nation and its treasure to bring a nation and its men and women into conflict without a say of Congress, the Senator Cory Booker, who led the War Powers Resolution, said in a floor speech before the vote. Cory Booker, another person who you know behind the scenes loves this shit. Like, Chuck Schumer and Cory Booker's biggest problem is that they wanted to be like, in the end, they wanted to be like, well, you just should have followed the process and asked us. If you would have asked us, we would have obviously said yes. Oh, God. Booker acknowledged that he would not succeed, but vowed to continue to introduce measures that would force Congress to debate and authorize military action. He said, "Me and my colleagues will bring up these resolutions again and again and again as more Americans on both sides of the aisle see this war for what it is, one president's decision." One president's decision. I'd argue there's another president out there in one of your favorite nation states that also kind of made this decision. But anywho, Republican Senator Tom Cotton, oh God, who chairs the Senate Intelligence Committee, argued strongly against a measure claiming Iran had been prepared to attack the U.S. first and that the Trump administration had been obligated to act quickly in response. Dude, what a shameless fucking liar. You're the head, or you're a chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee who was briefed by the Pentagon that Iran was not going to attack us first. Iran was not building missiles to launch on the US. Iran was not enriching any more uranium. We just covered it. Watch my last video. We just covered it. I showed you the reporting. He was in those meetings. What do I even say to this shit, dude? Like, why do I even come out here and try to tell the truth? Why don't I just lie? Like, lying is so fucking easy, especially in this day and age, because, like, it was the second attempt by Democrats to force Congress to weigh in on the open-ended U.S.-Israeli military campaign that began late last month. More than 1,300 Iranians have been killed, as hundreds of civilians in Lebanon and 15 people in Israel. It's crazy that everyone's like, oh, Iran's hitting hotels, when 1,300 Iranians have been killed, mostly civilians. Hundreds of civilians in Lebanon have been killed, not by Iran, but by Israel. And only 15 people in Israel have died. Like, oh, God. The cost of the war exceeded $11.3 billion in the first week and scrambled global supply chains for oil, fertilizer, and aluminum. Earlier this week, U.S. allies rebuffed Trump's demand for help opening the critical Strait of Hormuz, insisting they would not join a war the U.S. president started without their consultation. Earlier on Wednesday, Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, testified that Iran's nuclear program had been obliterated. So we already covered all that. Pressed by lawmakers on whether Iran had posed an imminent nuclear threat before the strikes, Gabbard, who, as a presidential candidate in 2020, sold shirts. Is this going to show us the tweet's still up? Is this like her official account? Damn. That's tough. Is the shop link still here? Oh, she doesn't even own the domain anymore. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we already covered that. If you want to know more about the briefing in the questioning with Tulsi Gabbard, watch the last video that should be up right now. It's Pentagon is already asking for more money. I won't spoil how much money, but it's a lot. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below, and if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.